Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Sam Thurman with Runway Properties and Zero Gravity REI coming to you this morning from beautiful Sedona, Arizona. If you can see the mountains in the background, got a nice setup out here, spending some time with some family. My wife's mother lives out here, so we're spending the week out here with them. So excuse the mountain man rugged look. The beard's a little crazy, but I wanted to go ahead and put a quick video together for this opportunity that we have in Greenville, South Carolina. We have a 3 units, 3 mobile home manufactured, 1 manufactured home units in Greenville, South Carolina, that we are marketing for assignment. We have it on contract to purchase, but we did want to put it out to our investors to see if there was any interest, and I think there will be, because it's really a good opportunity. So I'm going to go through the pre-purchase analysis that we have here and talk to the specifics of the property. Like I said, there are 3 homes on the property, 2 single wide trailers, 1 double wide trailer. They're fully occupied and rented currently, and they're on leases. I'll have to get the lease information back, but I want to say the leases are still good for 5 or 6 months on each of them, but we can get that information out as well. But the purchase price, or the sale price, excuse me, that we are marketing this one for is $150K. They're currently rented and generating $2,100 a month. So if you do the math, that's a 10% cap rate upon purchase. Minor repairs needed upon purchase. We'll go through the takeoff that we had our contractor do on each of these units, so you can kind of see the specifics as far as the current state and then the future state. But the numbers make sense. $2,100 a month in rent, purchase price of $150. Like I said, a 10% cap rate. So we'll go through it real quick. Cover photo. This is the double wide, as you can see. It's in pretty good condition. Got vinyl siding. The roof's in decent condition, so no major repairs needed on this one. But that's just the cover picture. So I just wanted to speak to that real quick. Here are the addresses: 124, 126, and 128 Stallings Road, Greenville, South Carolina. We'll just cruise through this really quickly. Here's the property overview. 3 mobile homes on one lot, 3 parcels. Here's a breakdown as far as the square footage for each of those properties. So 124 is the double wide, 126 and 128 are the single wides. This is the estimated after renovation rent, and like I said, we'll get into the takeoff that we have if if someone were to decide to take this property down, put some money into it, and raise the rents. This is what we're projecting as far as the rents after renovation. If Runway ends up taking this down, we would do some minor work to the older trailer, but otherwise we would leave them as is, basically a turnkey purchase, and just let those suckers cash flow from day one. Okay, so this is the estimated renovation cost, and you'll see this one sticks out. This is the older unit. We had our contractor be, very conservative. We want him to go in there and tell us everything that in the next 5 years we're going to have to address. So that's why those numbers, specifically this one, is high. But you'll see that includes a roof, new HVAC system, drywall work, the new flooring throughout, which, as tenants turn over, a lot of those costs are going to be incurred anyway, especially the flooring, paint, drywall work, all that sort of stuff. So here's a quick snapshot. We'll also include this report in an email that we shoot out, so you can go through it in depth. But this is just a high level of the renovation work that could be done, does not need to be done. And here are some of the possible issues. For example, the HVAC units for 124 and 128 needing to be replaced in the next 3 to 5 years. Everything's working and functioning well today, but that's just a call out. And then subjective item, in unit 128, there's a very large closet that could potentially be turned into a second bathroom if you wanted to increase the rents even more. So this part of the report just goes through, gives us the options as far as what we could do if we wanted to sell the property, or I'm sorry, it gives us our 3 options: wholesale, buy and hold, or flip it. As you see, wholesale estimated value 150. That 10% cap rate's pretty good. If we do go in and do all the work that we are going to go through, we could potentially increase the rents to $2,500 a month. But like we said, the vast majority of that is not required day one. And then the buy and sell. We'll go through comps at the very end of the report. So there is an option to buy, to flip the property, but really, it's their trailers. The main attraction is going to be the rental aspect, so we're not really worried about the flip portion of that. So we'll go straight into the renovation budget. This is for 124 Stallings, and this is, let's see, 124 Stallings is the double wide. So it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath that's currently rented. There's some minor work that could be done, paint, touch up, new appliances, that sort of thing. But as it stands today, there's really nothing that if we were to take this down, we would go in and do. We would just keep it as is until the tenant decides to either move out or we decide to raise the rents, and then we would just go in and do standard turnover sort of costs there. So you can go through that line by line, but that 8,100 would get the rents bumped up a fair amount. I want to say probably 150, 200 bucks on this unit. But today, as it stands, we're not going to go in and do anything to it. We'd leave it as is. Now this is the oldest unit that's over there. It's single wide, 126 Stallings. You'll see that there's a ton of stuff on here, whether it's repairing all the siding, putting a new roof on, a metal roof, sealing all the windows. Those are the big ticket items, and then replacing the interior and exterior units on the HVAC. These things, again, do not need to be done today. If we are to take this one down, we'd probably go in, and of that 19 grand, we'd go in and put about 6 into it. We'll probably replace the flooring, service the HVAC, and potentially put a new roof on it. I don't know that we'll do a metal roof on this one, just because we could go in and put an asphalt shingle roof on it for cheaper than a metal roof. But if you're going to hold it for 30, 40 years, and I don't know. I mean, if you put a metal roof on it, that sucker's going to outlast the trailer itself. So I don't know if it's worth it. But we'd probably go in and put a roof on it for about $2,500, replace the flooring for about the same, and then maybe come in and paint it. So we're thinking conservatively. It doesn't need to potentially have some toilets replaced. We think conservatively, you put 6 grand into this thing, it'll be fine. And it's, currently today it's rented out and no major issues with it. There is a minor leak in the roof, which is why we're going to go in and just put a new roof on it. But that 19K, that's just going in there and totally redoing the place. And I just don't know if we wouldn't get the return on the improvements on that one. It is a single wide trailer, so there are diminished returns at a certain point. Okay, so third unit, 128 Stallings. This is a great trailer. It's a single wide. It's relatively new. It's in really good shape. The tenant takes really good care of it, and all of the tenants have taken pretty good care of the units. They're good tenants. Just walking through, you can kind of tell just based off experience that they're solid tenants and not coming in and trashing the place. But this one's in really good shape, as you can see with the repairs that you could potentially do by adding a small deck. Spot painted throughout, servicing the HVAC, really pretty standard turnover stuff that you wouldn't really have to necessarily need to do because it's in such good condition. So all that to say, as far as the repairs go, our recommendation and what we'll do if we end up buying this thing is putting $6,000 into the older single wide and getting a new roof on it, new flooring, and maybe making some miscellaneous repairs here and there. But that's all we would put into it day one is 6 grand. And then service issues as they arise. If HVAC is giving us issues in the next 2 years, we'll address it when it's giving us issues. We're not going to go in and put a new unit in if it's not causing us any problems. We're not going to, make any investment if something's working day one. So it's roughly $6K in repairs if you want to think of it that way. And then you'll see the report. Got a ton of pictures here that our contractor is kind enough to take for us. This is the double wide. It does have a pool in the back. The The current tenant, he bought the pool, installed the pool, so that's his. But if that pool is removed, we'll need to do some landscaping. Has a nice retaining wall in the front. Back porch, HVAC unit. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on these. Just like I said, you'll get the report. You can go through that. There is a ton of storage on this thing, under this thing as well. So that's an add some value. You can see here the side porch, screen porch over here. There's a door over here that opens up that gives you access under the trailer for a ton of storage. And then here's the interior, as you can see, in pretty good shape. Really not bad at all. Good size. 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Everything's in good working condition. Tenants happy. Talk to each of them. They don't have any major concerns or issues. So tons of pictures. Flooring's good. Big master closet, and it goes into pretty good detail. So we have a great contractor. He does really good work. If we end up selling this one, we can refer as well. He's not huge on doing trailer renovations, but if you need somebody, we can definitely connect you. And this is 126 Stallings. This is the really old unit. You can tell by the pictures that it's just an older trailer. You see why we put a new roof on it. Looks like a window needs to be addressed. Older HVAC. Okay, so this one has window units in it, so they're using window units for this one. So if you were going to address the HVAC, you would need to address it on this one. But really nice lots. They're pretty big lots. Some green space on each of them. There's plenty of space in between all of them. There is a nice pond back here on the neighbor's property. But this one just needs, it's just kind of older and run down. Needs some attention. But there's not a ton of work that has to be done today. So that is, I'm sure he's going to have a ton of pictures on this one. Again, as you would expect, just older unit, but not in terrible shape on the inside. Still pretty good condition. Let's see, I'm just going to move through some of these. And then we'll get to the other single wide. This is the one that is in really good condition. As you can see, it's got nice exterior appeal. When you pull into the driveway for this property, this is the first one that you're going to pass. The double wide is the second one, and then the older unit is the one that's all the way in the back of the property. So this one sets pretty close to the main road in the neighborhood there. But yeah, good condition. The owner's daughter has managed these, and she's pretty on top of everything, or at least she seems to be. But she's managed them for him the entire time. See, good condition, nice yard. Tenants take care of the landscaping in the yard. All separately metered. They are on septic for sewage. Inside shot, good condition. No repairs needed on the plumbing, kitchen. Appliances in good condition. Bathroom, you can see it's just pretty nice trailer. The tenant does a really good job of taking care of this one. Some touch-up spots, but nothing major. Little rod at the front door. But that's it on the repairs. And as far as the pictures, I went through that quickly, so you can take a look at the report and dig into that as you see fit. Kind of get a feel for everything. But this last page is just some comparables. Again, these are trailers, mobile homes, so from a sale perspective, you can see down here the sale price for these. Some of these are larger or right on as far as the double wide goes. This one's a little smaller than the single wides, and I think the single wide was in pretty rough shape. But again, we're not really looking at this from the actual resale value of the property as much as a rental property investment and the cash flow perspective. Again, $2,100 a month, that's pretty good at 150K. But if you needed to sell it, you can kind of see down there that needed to get your money out of it, or even more so if you wanted to refinance it, the value for the property. On the refinance end, if you're going to a bank or institutional financing to pull any cash out of it, that you should be able to get pretty close if you needed to on the refi. This is a cash purchase. It is an assignment, so we can't offer any financing or sell it on financing terms, you can't go through a bank to purchase it. It does need to be a cash buy. It is as usual on assignments. So I just wanted to put that out there to everyone. But it doesn't mean that you can't purchase it, take it down, and then refinance it out. So if you have any questions, please feel free to get a hold of us. You'll have our email, you'll have our phone numbers. We'll shoot that over along with the report, as I said. So that's just a quick overview of Stallings Road opportunity in Greenville, South Carolina. This property is about 15 minutes from downtown Greenville. Greenville is exploding right now. It's about 500,000 people. There's plenty of industry there. I think the Michelin headquarters is there. They have the Greenville Health System is a huge employer in this area. It's one of the largest in the country, and it's just a really, really solid area. We really like Greenville. We've been working over there for about 4 months now, and we just really like it. We've actually transitioned most of our marketing and most of our focus to Greenville, Spartanburg, South Carolina. So again, Sam Thurman, Runway Properties and Zero Gravity REI. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.